All right, y'all. We are back at it again with more TDS. These folks are crazy. They are suffering from the Trump deranged syndrome. Y'all, if this really was something that would be real, man, I would be cracking up because I'd be like, baby, you got the TDS. Step back, step back, step back. This needs to actually be a real thing, y'all. Oh my gosh, because it's so funny because a lot of people are suffering with this mental illness. Like, for real, for real. Seriously. And I'm about to dive into, y'all, the video and just show you the side effects from mental illness. Y'all, we gotta laugh because it has been so much stuff that has taken place since this man has hit the White House. These folks do not know how to behave at all. And you have to laugh to keep from crying because, and I'm talking about crying tears, okay? Because I don't know what you call it other than this, the TDS, y'all. Let's get it out there. I mean, it is what it is. So let me just show you some of the side effects of TDS. With that being said, y'all, let me go on out of here and let's just dive right into it. Coming straight from my boy, Terrence Williams, Kamala Harris. Girl, what in the cornbread hell are you talking about? We finna get into it, y'all. Let's go.
Let anybody defeat that. Because then what do we...
Hang on, because that's a little loud. That is loud. So let me just turn it down some. Okay.
have left. And the way that I see it also is that when we think about like these moments where we see things that are being taken, but also let's see it as a, nature abhors a vacuum. So where there's a vacancy, then let's fill it. Right? And let's know that the reality is that the progress of our nation has always been about the expansion of rights, not the restriction of rights. Mm-hmm. We're seeing a U-turn right now. But we have to keep fighting for those rights to be maintained, which means we have to be vigilant. And it's just the nature of it. It's the nature of it. Whatever gains we've made, they will not be permanent unless we're vigilant. And this nation, our democracy, our rights are only going to be as strong as our willingness to fight for it. And it's the nature of it that we do have to fight for those rights. You guys know, look at this beautiful play and everything that we know, he was suppressed, he had to suppress so much. But he knew, and he took those risks. But we have to be clear-eyed, and it doesn't mean we don't see the beauty in everything. Right? These things all coexist. But I believe we fight for something, not against something.
Yes.
Right?
Oh my God! Listen to everybody.
And that's our optimism, right?
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for what? She didn't say nothing. It's like,
Yes, I
what
know.
was all of that? She wasn't saying anything.
I got tears.
Oh my goodness, y'all. Kamala, I do agree with something you said. But sometimes you gotta see the beauty in things. I see the beauty in you not being the president of these United States of America.
For real. Thank God. Oh my gosh.
I see the beauty of us not having to hear that laugh of yours every single day.
Yes. Oh
But
my
girl,
God, Terrence.
You got to stop. Whatever you're doing with your nose, whatever you've been putting up that nose, stop doing that and stop drinking. And because the word salad has to stop. And please do not run for governor of California. Just please, Kamala, because I know that's what you're doing while you're running around talking in circles and spitting out word salad. You're trying to run for something. I already know. Don't even do it.
Don't.
Just run back home to Willow Brown.
Yes. Oh my God. Terrence is a fool, but the people in the background know they wrong. They go, amen. I'm like, y'all, this is what happens when your folks, first of all, TDS. But this is what happens when your folks leave you hanging. She no longer has that earpiece in her ear with them telling her what to say. This is the real her. Okay? Now, y'all remind you, she went to California and talked and did the same as she did there here. Didn't know what the hell she was talking about. Oh my gosh, y'all. Terrence is oh my God, he's a fool. Let's get into it. Let's keep it going. All right, y'all. Another case of what people, drop it in the comment section. TDS. Coming straight from Live to TikTok, y'all. Let's dive on into it.
Hello, my name is Scarlett Kelly, and I am officially declaring war on the Republican Party. If you are a Republican on TikTok and you want to interact with me, you deserve to die. You deserve to be shot. You deserve whatever suffering could possibly come to you. If you are a Republican and try to start any of that kind of nonsense with me in person, you will lose your life. This is war. I am not joking. It's done. You are not an American anymore. You're out. You're off the list. You've been naughty. Like, come on. We're going to start giving you the coal in the form of massive stones on top of a slab of wood on top of you. Have a wonderful day. Hello.
Okay.
My name is Scarlett
Y'all
Kelly.
share it at FBI, at Cass Patel, at what's her name? Bondi. It's getting out of hand. It is getting out of hand. But again, he suffers from what, y'all? TDS. Let's keep it moving, man. It's a real thing. All right. So coming from iJagger at INJagger29, y'all, on X. Here's what Ronald Reagan said about the Department of Education 1980. President Reagan would be proud of President Trump today. So let's get into it, y'all.
I propose, and would have already started, if your hypothesis is correct, a planned and orderly transfer back to the states and local communities of functions the federal government has usurped and which it has proven it is incapable of operating. One of the first of those would be welfare. One of the second would be in the field of education. I would like to dissolve the $10 billion National Department of Education created by President Carter and turn schools back to the local school districts where we built the greatest public school system the world has ever seen. I think I can make a case that the decline in the quality of public education began when federal aid became federal interference.
That's right, Trump. Take it back, man. Take it back. Let's get America back, baby. I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling real good. I'm feeling real good. Y'all should feel real good about yourselves. Pat yourselves on the back, y'all. We dodged the bullet for real. We went out there and voted the way we needed to vote, y'all. Because I'm telling you, what we are seeing now and everything that is being exposed, y'all, would y'all really think we could really go on another 4 years? Woo, hell no. Let's get into it, y'all. My boy Tony X2. Americans love that Trump is dismantling the Department of Education. All right, facts. So if y'all want to follow this guy, it is Rich Laud 9A. So that's RICHLAWD 9A. Let's get into it.
And just like that, with the stroke of his pen, Donald Trump has dismantled the Department of Education, just like he campaigned for. It's so crazy. Us Trump supporters are getting exactly what we voted for. We wanted him to get rid of the Department of Education, and that's what he's working on. Now, I know what y'all going to say. Y'all liberals going to say, oh, well, he can't get rid of the Department of Education. The Congress got to do that. Yeah. We understand. That's why I said dismantle. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the talking points out the way.
Come on.
Oh, well, Donald Trump, he don't care about the kids. How are these starving kids going to focus on education if they can't eat? eat. And he just got rid of the Department of Education, where there's something called a Department of Agriculture. They'll be making sure that them kids are well fed. What else y'all out here saying? Oh, well, what about the Pell Grants? What about FAFSA? What if he gets rid of the Department of Education, how will our kids be able to pay for school? Well, you know what's so funny? Since Trump got rid of dismantled Department of Education, those responsibilities will be handled by the Department of Treasury. I'm just saying, what more do y'all want
break
from
it
Donald
down.
Trump? He is
Break it
reducing
down
federal spending. He is expanding schools' choice. I'm just saying, once again, the liberal propaganda machine is going to spin it and act like he's doing something terrible, and watch how beneficial it is. Look at the test scores. They not improving since the Department of Education,
at all,
which was created by a Democratic president, Jimmy Carter. Since it's been created, test scores hadn't gone up. Students can't even read and do math on their grade level. You know how bad that is? We are not top 5, top nothing in education, and it's time to get that standard back. Shout out for Donald J. Trump for dismantling the Department of Education and allowing the states to handle it. I know y'all gonna get in the comments and come with every other fact about how it's wrong. At the end of the day, dismantle. It's out of here.
Let go, straight up out of here. Let go. Rich Law 9, let go. Stop playing, man, with my boy. Y'all better stop playing with my president. He ain't nothing to be messed with. Trump. I want to just make one little personal statement. Teachers, to me, are among the most important people in the country, and we're going to take care of our teachers. Facts, Trump, because I'm telling you, the way these kids' bad A's are today, too, baby, these teachers are feeling it. Bus drivers, anybody that is pertaining, our kids, y'all, yes, deserve to be well taken care of. Let's get it, Trump.
I just make one little personal statement. Teachers, to me, are among the most important people in this country, and we're going to take care of our teachers. And I don't care if they're in the union or not in the union. That doesn't matter. But we're going to take care of our teachers, and I believe the states will take actually better care of them than they are taken care of right now. They'll work all sorts of systems and even merit systems. Those great teachers are going to be maybe a little bit better rewarded, or maybe that's the way it should be, but the states are going to make that decision. But we're going to love and cherish our teachers along with our children, and they're going to work with the parents, and they're going to work with everybody else, and it's going to be an amazing thing to watch, and it's really going to be something special. And I want to just make one little personal statement.
Man, teachers through, man, make America great again, like you said you was going to do, man. That is what's up, because they deserve the respect that they need, for real, because they do one hell of a job with our kids. No lie. They do what we don't want to do. Let's just be real. I know I'll be bad as hell when I get off work, and they be like, "Ma, I got to do this and do that, this homework and that homework." Y'all, I graduated back, and I ain't finna tell y'all. But anywho, I was done. I don't want it, and I got to help them. You know what I'm saying? So the teachers do, y'all, what we really don't want to do. Now, don't get me wrong. I do, help the kids and stuff like that. But, baby, them teachers got it, okay? Anywho, y'all, we finna keep it moving on. Thomas Sowell quotes. All right, we are getting into it. Scott Jennings snaps at anti-Elon Democrat. Okay, Scott Jennings don't be playing. Y'all better stop playing with this man. Let me educate you. I'm sorry you're you're a consenting person who hasn't been paying attention. Oh, come on, let's get it, because most of them don't. They just talking out the side of their necks. Let's get into it.
So doubtful it's Republicans attacking Tesla dealerships around the country. It's pretty wild, actually. The other night, Donald Trump said these are domestic terrorists. Everybody laughed about it and scoffed at it. That video looks like terrorism to me. I mean, it's obviously an organized, coordinated effort, however people are communicating with each other, to do this to people around the country who chose to buy a Tesla at some point in the past, many of whom I'm sure are Democrats who bought them in the first place, all because their entire political worldview is ruled by their emotions. And that's the American left right now. It is one angry mob after another willing to take things into their own hands,
Where's the
up to
lies?
and including keying, firebombing, and otherwise vandalizing cars and car dealerships and charging stations. It's outrageous. It is terrorism. People ought to be put in jail and left there for a very long time and be taught a lesson.
I can't
So
wait
when
to talk.
they do
Shut
it to
up.
a Tesla dealer, censorship, it's really bad. But when they do it to the halls of Congress, we should pardon them. Is that your position?
No, I've never.
Oh, hell no.
Are we okay
No.
with the January 6th pardons?
I know you haven't been around for a while, so let me educate you about my position about January the 6th.
I'm so sorry.
Let me
I'm so
educate.
sorry.
Let me
You don't
educate you.
need to-
No,
you
no,
don't
no.
need to
No, you don't
patronize
need to.
me.
You don't.
I'm
And
just
you don't need to
saying-
be condescending to
I'm
me.
not
So let me
condescending.
educate you about my position. You want to attack me? Let me finish it. Let me finish it. Let me finish it.
Let's do this January
I'm just
6th
asking
and
you
then
a
Eric.
question. I'm sorry you're getting emotional.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're a condescending person who hasn't been paying attention to what I do.
Okay.
Stop, guys.
So here's the issue. I didn't support what happened on January the 6th and was one of the first Republicans to call it out. I don't support the pardons. I have repeatedly, just like my friend Ashley here, said that no violence in our political system is acceptable. But this right here, what's going on with a guy who helps our country, who runs successful companies, who doesn't have to be doing this, and now one of his companies is under systematic terroristic threat and violence all over the country, and people seem to be laughing about it or fine with it. It's outrageous. I've sat at this table and had people say, we should cut Elon Musk from the government totally. He rescued our astronauts today. Is that what we want? The treatment of this guy is outrageous. These people who are doing this need to be found, put in jail, and made an example of. That's my point.
Anyone who commits violence.
Yes, cut her off because we don't want to hear that. Shut up. Well done, Scott. Straight up, facts, Toyota. The left is pretty dumb, so this should work. Okay? For real, like, facts, man. We finna keep it moving, y'all. Hang on. Let's get into my boy. Coming straight from Tony X2. Y'all, if you ain't following this man right here, he is something serious and very funny. Piper Boy Williams. Make sure y'all follow him on his TikTok. Let's get into it.
Democrats, y'all about to get mad. Hold up, what's that? What's that, Democrat? It's a Tesla. What's this, Democrat? Oh, it's another one. I got two of them things. Y'all mad at Elon Musk for no reason. He actually went ahead and saved the astronauts. Why Joe Biden is the one that left them up in space. Oh yeah, get
Ain't
mad.
that something?
Get mad. Y'all Democrats ridiculous. I'm supporting Elon, period. Y'all out here burning down Teslas? Like what? What make you mad again? Get mad. Get mad. Subscribe to my channel so we can talk about all this.
Y'all. On
Sick of
YouTube.
Y'all hating for no
Piper
reason.
Boy Williams.
Ridiculous. Democrats, y'all about to get mad.
Subscribe
Hold
to
up,
my
what's that?
boy, y'all. Yeah, I mean, come on, y'all. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it's ridiculous. They big mad because this man is exposing and trying to save our tax dollars. Like, are y'all serious? And put it in places where it needs to actually be at to make our country better. Like, okay. Anywho, I'll never understand this. Coming straight from Sidewalk Steve, y'all on X, Sidewalk_Steve. Unfortunately, y'all, there are some Democrats that are for the good, which at the end of the day, I support. Not all Democrats, as y'all can see, they like, okay, you know what? I didn't ask for none of this, a lot of this, and I told y'all we have to give them grace because where there are bad, there are some good. So with that being said, y'all, if there are women who feel unsafe, if there are women who feel their space has become not private, then we should listen to them. NH Rep Jonah Wheeler breaks ranks with Democrats to help pass HB 148, restoring women's sports and private spaces. Let's dive into it, y'all. There's some good still out there. Let's get it.
Recognized to speak for the committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, that was a powerful story. And I have heard many stories like that in the lead up to this vote here today. But Mr. Speaker, the powerful anecdotes of one person and the consent of one person cannot stand for the consent of another person. And if there are women who feel unsafe, if there are women who feel like their space has become not private, then we should listen to those women. And just because a small segment of the population would like those policies to accommodate them over women doesn't mean that we here today can do that. So, Mr. Speaker, for us, and I pause because My colleagues are walking out as I give this speech. People are clapping in the gallery for their walking out. And Mr. Speaker, I think that illustrates exactly why I got up here today. I could have quietly voted my conscience, could have followed the party line. But Mr. Speaker, again, the consent of one person cannot stand for the consent of another. And just because one person is comfortable with a transgender woman being in the bathroom with them or playing sports with them or being in a prison with them doesn't mean that another woman is. And these issues do not have to cause violence. These conversations can be nuanced, and we can have conversations about treating each other with respect and humanity, and putting in place policies that say that women who were born women deserve a space to themselves, whether that be the bathroom or sports or the locker room or prisons, is not transphobic. And there are people in my town, there are people throughout the country who are liberal, left-leaning people who agree with what I just said here, but some of them won't vote with me here. Some of them, in fact, have left the party in my town. There was just a woman last week who left my party because she felt not only was she not being heard, but she felt like there was no way for her to even speak up about this position. And given how many people are still in their seats, I can understand why. The orthodoxy of the Democratic Party on this issue has left us to where we can't have nuanced discussions, and women are being silenced in this conversation. As much as people don't want to hear that, that is what is happening. And when I talked to people on this side of the issue and this side of the issue, I heard, I don't want any violence to happen against me. I don't want to be disrespected or unheard. I heard that from transgender individuals, and I heard that from women. So, Mr. Speaker, I think HB 148, legislation which enables localities, municipalities, and businesses to put in place specific policies around definitions of sex, is not a right-wing, fascist, Nazi movement like I've been told that it is. I was called a Nazi for the prospect of giving this speech. I mean, I don't think that your position or side benefits from calling the other a Nazi when they are trying to ask genuine questions about women's spaces and the protection of women inside those spaces. So, Mr. Speaker, this is a controversial topic. I absolutely understand that, and I apologize that we had to clear out half the room for it. But municipalities, localities, private gyms, prisons, these places should be able to put in place policies which, in limited circumstances, separate people based off of biological sex. And I ask that the members on this side who have to feel the pressure of the orthodoxy on them would consider the alternative side and consider not calling them bigots or racists or homophobes or transphobes just because we certainly have questions about women's spaces and the protection of women within them. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank
Does the member yield for a question?
Always.
And slow your roll, Representative. Before you inquire, it is a violation of House rules to come down that aisle while someone's at the well, so I don't want to see that again.
Don't do that again.
Apologize. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for taking my question. With white passing African Americans being free from discrimination during Jim Crow era laws, do you think that it is fair that we can compare this situation directly to the bathroom bans that African Americans were given and told that they were dangerous to white people? Thank you.
Thank you for the question, Representative. Representative, race and what happened in the Jim Crow era is, yes, significantly different than sex and talking about women and their private spaces.
Thank you so much, y'all. I'm gonna probably have to follow him, y'all. I gotta find out. Let's see. Jonah Wheeler. I'm pretty sure that's his name on X. I'm definitely going to follow him, y'all, and follow back up with that information, okay? Because well said, this is a Democrat who actually has some common sense. And I have been screaming like you would think somebody in that party would be like, whoa, come down, let's come to, and it looks like with him and probably so many others who are on the road with him, like he stated, y'all, younger generation at that too. Okay. He on to something. I'm telling y'all. Jonah Wheeler, y'all. Look him up. That's Jonah, Jonah Wheeler, Wheeler. Okay. I'll have that information to see where we can follow him at too, y'all, because I got to figure that out myself. But let's keep it moving. Well said. I ain't have to say anything. I was paying attention, y'all. So coming straight from Now Pamsy perspective, y'all. Let's get into it.
So the Tesla you just vandalized, let's say that the owner is a Trump supporter. Congrats, you got your guy. Now that person probably likes Trump more than ever. Let's say actually that they voted for Kamala Harris. Now that person is way more likely to support Trump. And on top of all of this, you are now at risk for being charged with being a domestic terrorist. It's funny how you guys call us evil, but you never have to worry about us vandalizing your property because we disagree with you. The reason you don't see that many Trump bumper stickers is because people know that Democrats are more likely to vandalize your property if they disagree with you. Y'all claim to be the side that's fighting for democracy, and yet you seem to forget that democracy means coexisting peacefully with people who you disagree with.
Come on.
And yet here you guys are vandalizing other people's property, not because you even necessarily disagree with their politics, but because you disagree with the politics of the CEO of the car company that manufactured their car. That is insane.
Insane. At grand_O_Evan. That is at GRAND_OLE_Evan. EVAN, y'all. Okay? And you can follow him on Instagram. Let's keep it moving. Why not? I hope y'all enjoying this so far because I dang surely is. Now, here it goes. The mic drop, y'all, because we are about to tune into these miserable bimbos, the women on The View. I do not know how this media show is still up. I'm like, OMG, when will it shut down? But they're surviving for some reason. At Mustang_Man_Texas, y'all. Damon shuts down the liars and the hypocrites on The View and leaves them speechless. Let's dive into it, Damon.
Sorry, all of this, the money cutting, all this stuff. I'm sorry. The United States government made a deal with Elon Musk for those cars of his. And what was the price?
$400 million.
$400 million. Cut that out.
Well, Whoopi, the deal that you're talking about was made by Joe Biden with Tesla. And Trump just canceled it, by the way. So if there's any questions of conflict of interest, there you have your answer. But in general, the U.S. government pays numerous companies like Boeing, Lockheed, Tesla, and many others, but to innovate, create jobs, and grow the economy, and to cut emission, okay? We will get back to that. But Doge, on the other hand, is just cutting wasteful spending and exposing government corruption. Big difference there, whoop whoop. And I gotta say, it's quite telling that everyone on this panel constantly advocate for climate action, and you cheer for government use of your tax dollars to cut emissions, yet you oppose Tesla, the world's leader in reducing vehicle emission, receiving these funds. Meaning, you're willing to let the planet get destroyed because you don't like the guy who's trying to save it. Or you don't actually believe in climate change. So, which one is it?
Look. Yeah, look at shoot. The first time I ever heard them bimbos quiet. Mic drop, they was all looking like The TDS face, y'all. The TDS face. OMG. That's crazy. Okay. All right, y'all. So, I mean, where there is negative, there is some positive. So, with that being said, y'all, let's check it out. Thank you, SpaceX. Coming straight from note.archives, y'all. So, Elon do have support out there. He got love, y'all. All right. So, I wanted to end it here. Make sure. Yep. I wanted to end it here, y'all. I wanted to give y'all a laugh because, I mean, why not? It's been one hell of a week of pouting and crying and TDS. I'm going to keep stressing that Trump deranged syndrome, y'all. And I think that we all deserve a laugh. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let's talk in the comment section, y'all. Just be a blessing to somebody. You know, we got to continue to pray for this administration, this team, the families, you know, just everybody involved, because as you can see, y'all, where there are angels, there definitely are demons. I'm just saying it. You see the evil, okay? As well as you see the good. There's good, there's bad, there's evil, okay? So we just got to continue to pray. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for the love and support. Thank y'all for the donations, everything. I appreciate y'all. But what will mean the most to me is just sharing this video, because when you do that, it, you know, red flag to YouTube, like, hey, shoots it out to the other, I can't even get the word out, but it shoots it out to the people to see, y'all. And we ain't doing nothing but trying to get the truth out there, and we ain't doing nothing but exposing the people who are not. Point blank, period. So that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and get a good laugh. This is coming straight from the Defiance L, and that would be, let me see, hang on, y'all. At Defiance L, okay? I love this clip. Great efficiency, y'all. BTS, how Trump is able to tweet so much, because I swear between his True Social, y'all, that man be go-win. So let's dive into the video and get a good laugh. Let's go.
In many ways, Donald Trump is an unserious man.
Oh. You hear that, Phil? It's great, right?
We trust women.
I trust women also. And I will keep women safe.
Of the United States, I will proudly sign it into law.
She won't, because the millions pouring into the invasion of our country at our open border are destroying the lives of women and the families of African Americans and Hispanics.
That bill that legalizes illegal immigration.
And is a total disaster, weak and ineffective. Close the border. She just called to give all illegals citizenship. Say goodbye to the USA.
Trump, on the other hand, threatened to abandon NATO.
NATO wasn't paying their bills. I saved NATO. She hates Israel. You got it, Dan?
How many troops have you put out there?
About 40. She's complaining.
Has she said anything on China?
Has she mentioned fracking?
Kamala Harris is a threat to democracy.
She will take us into World War III and nuclear war.
She will take us into a nuclear World War III. So, she didn't mention China. She didn't mention fracking. She didn't mention energy. She didn't mention Russia and Ukraine, right?
50 to 60 million people in poverty in the United States right now. Under their watch, they put these people in poverty. They're doing nothing about it, not even talking about it. Some of these people can't even eat.
There's 60 million people in poverty in the United States right now.
Under their watch.
And she doesn't even talk about that.